Yeah, but ever since the Brits got there, it's been surnames. White people be fucking everything up.
We have our moments. There's a lot of them.
Hear ye, make way for the Kingz. The Kingz are here.
You think the bitches are great because you're fucking seasonal, nigga? You can't be seasonal! Niggas got this shit's 24 hours a day!
Remind me where the studio is.
Podcast with your hosts,
Right.
Karizmatik, Irish.
How long have you guys been kind of doing your thing there?
Welcome to the Kingz Podcast. I'm your boy truly. I'm yours truly. Wow, Karizmatik. And today I got with me
Irish O'Neil.
And Moush.
and we got joining us my girl Reese Cotton.
What's up? What's up?
What's up? Thanks for coming on the podcast.
And what were you asking right before I cut you off?
Oh, I was just asking how long have you guys been doing your thing at the studio?
Well, you guys probably since
been a little
November,
while,
right?
Just shy of a year, I think.
Yeah.
Right?
It's every year? Yeah.
Has
Oh,
it
word.
been that long?
Yeah, I went over I was thinking it was like
Oh,
sometime
yeah,
in
you're right,
December, and I went back
actually.
over the videos, and like when we first started, it was quite early.
Yeah, I came in like November, December.
I'm almost at a year of this shit, guys. That shit flew
Wow.
by.
Wild.
Thank you, Irish.
Yeah, dude. Happy we linked up.
Word, man. I mean, fuck.
That means episode 100
Yes.
is very soon.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
I mean, this is 71.
71? Wow. You guys really put in that work. Congratulations. That's
Thank
what's up.
you.
Yo, honestly, I think if you include my first podcast, it's actually a year for me.
Probably,
Wow.
yeah.
Yeah, but I think actually in August, but like just about a year.
Yeah, because you guys you and Gerby had done like 2 or so before you guys came over here and started doing it here.
But we're
so.
doing it on like a bi-weekly basis and shit.
Yeah.
So, wow.
Cool.
Been a long fucking time coming. Fucking Reese, you got me thinking about this shit. Fuck. Got me reminiscing and shit. This shit was very different a year ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, life be changing. I
Hell
mean,
yeah.
fuck.
Yeah.
August 1st, everybody moving. So there are
Right.
changes coming August 1st. Everybody be ready for the abrupt switch in format.
It won't be abrupt.
I mean, how do you do it?
It's gonna look.
How do you
It's
do
gonna
it
look even
gradually?
nicer.
It'll look
Yeah.
great. Don't worry.
I'm sure it will, but it's
We'll
gonna
be
be
getting
an abrupt,
upgraded.
I said an abrupt change. I didn't say a bad change. I just said an abrupt
It's
change.
the
It
end
could
of
be
the
good or bad.
universe.
No, it's just the end of what this is now.
The
It's gonna be
kingdom is
something
under
different.
fire.
Motherfucker, it evolved, motherfucker. I'm gonna have to take this
It's
Pokemon
true.
on you. It's still
Oh my
around, but it
God.
evolved, motherfucker. It's no
Oh,
longer
shit.
there abruptly. Okay.
Wow.
You made me go. You made me do it. You made me do it. You made me speak an
And
analogy.
you tried
man.
to tell me last episode you're not a nerd. Fuck you.
Fuck you. Let it sleep. I let it slip out.
We all knew that.
I said
We've been talking
Palpatine last
about it.
episode, and he's like, "This motherfucker with the nerd." shit." And now you're talking about Pokemon evolutions. Fuck
Hey,
you,
I
my
know
good sir.
different nerdy shit. Okay, don't come at me, Reese. I feel like we ain't talking to you enough right now. I'm just coming at my co-host.
Should we do some plugs first and then
you know what it is? The
get
energy's
into it?
volatile today. Before,
I know.
before we started, me and my girl got into it a bit. It's great.
It's fine.
It's the way she
Yeah,
goes.
I've been going at it with people all week. It's been rough.
Let's plug.
Well, I'm your boy, Karizmatik. Karizmatik _ IPE on Facebook. Karizmatik IPE on Facebook. Karizmatik _ ME on IG and Twitter. I'm off my rocker today. I'm not sure what's going on. This brain ain't working. But we gonna get through it. Book me. I want to thank Reese Cotton for having me on her show, Comics Rising, this week. Earlier this week? Last week?
Yeah, it was Thursday. Thursday
Thursday,
night,
wow.
Black Men in Comedy.
Fine,
Yeah.
fine,
Yeah, no, thank you, man. I'm still getting like props for that show. You guys like for that up.
Thank you for having me host. I told you that I was trying to host more, and you just showed me as a
Throw
host.
to the wolves. That's what's up.
No, I wanted this.
I know. I did that with love.
Yeah.
I prefer being thrown to the wolves.
Fuck yeah,
You
man.
don't learn to get thrown to the bunnies.
Yeah.
My voice
We're
was that person I took off.
We're definitely looking to have you guys like back as soon as we can, because that was a crazy good show.
I mean, if you want to produce a roast battle between me and Big D, we can do that too.
Yeah, I forgot to mention that to Big D. I definitely would love to see that.
Co-produce that with you if you're down with it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And I gotta bring it up. I gotta bring it to Lady Banks. I want to get in her ass.
Yeah, I mean, I love getting an ass, so I mean, if that's what we do, you know I'm a booty monster. You know how I get down. You started this. You brought up booty. I stayed away from the topic. You know what I mean, yo? Woo. All I'm thinking
You're
now.
gonna run with the plug music, huh?
Yo, real talk. She got me thinking buns. Go
Can we continue?
ahead.
You got anything else to plug?
Buns.
All right. Ani_Moush, guys, on Instagram and Twitter. Follow me there. Follow my Etsy store. Buy Moush on Etsy. Buy_Moush on Instagram. And then watch out for my new reality dating podcast show called Don't Wanna Die Alone. It's going to be like a combination of Love Connection, The Bachelorette, and all the trash things we know and love. And there's some really fun contestants on the first season. If you would like to possibly be on the show, DM me on Ani_Moush on either Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, any of the things, and we'll talk.
Awesome. Reese Cotton, what do you got to plug for the fans?
So yeah, just like me and Karizmatik were talking about a couple seconds ago regarding Comics Rising. So that's my production, Comics Rising. It's a bunch of comedians coming together to put on some fantastic comedy for the people. So you can follow at Comics Rising on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. We on TikTok. We ain't got no posts there yet, but we on TikTok. You can follow us on TikTok until Trump takes that down. I don't know what the hell he's doing, but he big mad at Generation Z right now.
Some balls and fuckers. They give zero fucks about protests, man. They gonna protest in your fucking bathtub and shit. They don't give no fucks. You didn't use the loofah. Like I don't know.
Yeah. But yeah, so Comics Rising, or if you want to follow me personally, at Komedy by Cotton. That's my handle, Komedy by Cotton. And yeah, that's just what's going on.
Yeah, guys, you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at It's Irish O'Neal. Check out the STC podcast, the Kingz Podcast, Midlife Isis, all the great podcasts we produce over here, guys. And Gas Digital, guys, go check out their newest show, Are You Garbage? Use the code AYG, you can get a 14-day free trial. So check that out, help one out. It just helps everyone, guys. So go check that out. Should we get into our principles?
Oh fuck yeah.
I wake up with a king mentality.
These are our principles, the 3 principles that we always say you need to get these ladies. First and foremost, confidence. You need confidence. We always liken it to a salesman. If you're a salesman, you know your product in and out. You know it's a good product. You're trying to sell it to everyone that walks through the door. If they're not buying, hey, cool, thanks for your time, on to the next one. But you know the value of your product, and you don't give a fuck what their reaction is.
For me, I mean, you gotta be a pro dick salesman. You know, you gotta be like, you want some dick? You want some dick? You want some dick? Like for Reese, I know it's different from you. I don't know how the lesbian game work or whatnot, but like I mean, what do you sell? What do you sell in the lesbian game? You sell that strap-on game? You sell that tongue game? What you selling?
Well, we got to pump the brakes a little bit because it's kind of like what I was telling y'all earlier. Right now I'm kind of out the game. I'm really not selling. I'm not selling much of anything. I'm more so listening and paying attention. My player days are I don't want to say they're completely behind me. You know what I mean?
Nah, forget playing. I mean, you need this to catch anybody. You know what I'm saying?
Huh?
You need this to catch anybody. Someone you like, someone you want to play with, someone you like. I mean, you need these tactics to catch, someone that you truthfully want to, interact with.
Yeah, but that's the thing, though. That's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like when I, quote unquote player, like my player days, like that's when I would utilize those like salesman skills, right? but now I'm more of a listener. I'm more of, okay, I don't know if you said it during, no, okay. So remember I mentioned that podcast I checked you guys out on, and you were talking about, it was Karizmatik. He was talking about, I don't remember exactly what you said, but you were talking about basically, if I don't know of you, it's because, you're just not being drawn to me or something like that. I can't remember exactly what you said, quote for quote, but that's kind of my situation. Is just like, I'm just doing more listening, more just like more, more attracting, if you will, than actually out there trying to sell.
You're wanting to be
stuff.
hunted and not be the hunter.
Yeah, pretty much. This is where I'm at in life right now.
You're here being a girl, huh? You're here being a girl, huh?
That's okay.
Look at you. Looking to be hunted.
There's
Look at
nothing
you.
bad with that. There's
She's like,
nothing wrong with
she's
that.
out here saying, I'm an antelope. I'm an antelope.
There
Come
we
get
go.
me. Come get me.
This shit tastes good. Let's go.
Look at this Rumpelstiltskin. You know what I'm saying?
But that's the thing. Is just like I spend so much time. I spend so much time doing that. That's, I guess, that salesmanship culture, whatever you want to call it. Like, put myself out there, trying to,
Yo, let me tell
trying
you this.
to please. Now I'm more just like laid back,
After
you know.
Yeah, I gotta say something.
Let me tell you this. There's no use being a professional student. It don't help nobody. You understand what I'm saying? When if you don't put all that knowledge you're learning to use, what the hell did you get it for? Who you teaching it to? What are you practicing? If you just sitting around listening for the rest of your life, you wasted time. Act on something that you've learned. You know what I'm saying? See how it works in action.
Well, what I'm saying is, that's not where I'm at right now. I did that already. Where I'm at is I'm just chilling, laid back. There's nothing out there that won't. It has to be organic at this point. Let me put it that way.
Very fair.
It has to be organic. I'm not.
Well, also, if you're not actively looking for it, then it's not. I mean, usually that's when it comes to you, right?
Yeah.
But if you're not, if you don't want to be in that position, I think like the alter part of that, like if you're on the other side, being confident. It's like if someone does approach you, then you have to be confident in like who you are and yourself and all that kind of stuff. So like it works both ways, right? So if you approach someone or if someone approaches you, the expectation, quote unquote, is the same, that they're gonna, have these three principles too.
Yeah.
For it to be successful.
Definitely.
Right.
Let's bump to the second one though. Let's see how you jive with this one. Second
Okay.
one is honesty. And I say this is my favorite because I say you got to be honest in all situations. If they don't know what you're putting out there into the world, how can they accept it? You know what I mean? So you got to be out and foregoing with who you are, so they can be ready to either reject you or accept you for who you are. But you'll never really know until you actually put that foot forward. How you feel about that one?
Yeah. I mean, I like it. I think I attract a lot of different types of people and different types of women, and more or less, I'm pretty straightforward. So the honesty thing really isn't like an issue for me.
Here you go.
It's more of trying to figure out, are they hanging around because I just got off stage and they was feeling the vibes, or are they hanging around because they really just want to get to know me? And you'll figure that out with time. You know what I mean?
Right.
Facts.
So yeah, I vibe with the honesty thing because really, I mean, that's the only true way to get that genuine connection.
Boom.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
See, you got to be confident enough to look for it. You got to be honest enough to allow it to come to you. You know what I'm saying? Well,
You're confident enough that if they reject what your true honesty is, you don't give a fuck because they weren't worth your time anyway.
yes.
Like it's like, the perfect example is like you being an ass guy. It's like I've watched you turn down getting pussy because you knew ass wasn't going to be involved. And it's like that level of honesty of like a girl coming in after like a time or two of hanging out with you, you're going to be very abundantly clear with her that like you're an ass guy, you would like to get ass. If that's not something she's down for, then she shouldn't sign up for this.
Yeah, it'd be very unhappy for everybody.
Yeah. It's like it's honesty in the sense of like why waste anyone's time here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep going for it.
And-
You're gonna keep blocking it.
and
I'm
then-
gonna get mad.
You're always willing to you're
you-
always willing to take the L at any moment.
You have to.
And then if you end up in like a relationship with that person and something happens and you're not upfront and honest, then you're gonna go back like that was the expectation, like coming in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you have to have that in that first instance to even be able to successfully move forward, I think.
Absolutely.
You know.
Ani, hit us with the third one.
Third one, social intelligence. So what we mean by that essentially is like when you approach anybody in life, whoever it may be, but if it's someone that you're trying to get with, whatever, blah, 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 is really the context that we're talking about. Be interesting, have something to say, be passionate, have hobbies. We always advocate for being funny because that's something that, you know, we feel like fits in with our social intelligence. And I feel like you probably would agree being a comic. But what do you think about that? Do you think that in past situations has maybe the missing one of these three principles led to a relationship being successful or not?
Sure. I think the social intelligence one, I can speak for having dated someone whose level was just way more advanced than mine. I was in my, I had just like, I was just a couple of years separated from graduating college, and I met this wonderful person, and she just like, she was just on another level, like intellectually. And I knew, you know, as strong as I felt for her and as strong as she felt for me, I kind of knew that I just couldn't do her justice in terms of like our social interaction. And I think that played a part in kind of the ending of our relationship.
How do you mean, like in terms of like who was like leading or running the relationship, or like what exactly they like wanted from you? Like, in what manner do you mean?
Okay, in what manner? Like, I mean, just kind of the ways of the world, the stuff going on around us, without getting like too specific. More or less, I was at that time, I was more of just going along to get along. I had a job. I had I don't know, I had bills, I had responsibilities. I was just kind of just looking for, all right, let's get married, let's settle down, let's consider starting a family. Like boom, 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 boom.
So you were
like,
kind of living by the ABCs of life, just looking for security kind of thing.
Right.
Okay.
And and she's like very intellectually driven and stimulated and reads a lot of I'll give you an example, like wanting to talk about not just our culture as, being someone who's Black and of African descent, right? Like, but kind of the leadership that came with our culture and the history and why we are where we are today in this situation and that situation. I think at the time, like, I could appreciate everything she knew and what she was saying, and kind of the literature she would bring up. But at the time, I was in a place where I was more or less like, look, I got my job, I just got my education, I got my good job, I'm making good money. I don't say can't, because I'm trying to get that word out of my vocabulary. I wasn't willing to evolve to her level intellectually at that time, or put in the work to, because it would have made it that much harder to go work for somebody else, to go sit at a desk. Okay, so
like in a way, like what they demanded of you, okay, let me phrase it a different way. Did you feel like they made you feel like they were better than you, kind of thing, and so there was like a pressure to, for lack of a better term, evolve to whatever their intellectual level was?
Well, it was interesting because I wouldn't use the word better. It was interesting because, like, I was making the money, but she was more so the intellectual of the relationship. So we did balance each other out.
Yeah. That sounds like my last relationship.
So we did balance each other out, but I didn't necessarily feel, I don't want to use the word better, but I did feel like, I could, as a comedian, as an artist, I can take a lot more information in because I have a platform to do something with it. Whereas at that time, when I was younger, I was just very much go to work, maybe hit the gym, do some MMA.
You're comfortable.
Come home. There was nothing. I would have had all this knowledge and really no way to utilize it. It just wasn't my time.
It was useless to you at the time, essentially. It was like,
right.
I don't need this to operate.
Yeah.
Let's just not ignore the fact that she just glossed over knowing MMA.
Yeah.
Ran right through that one. Just like
I choke bitches out.
I could kill you with my elbows, but like we ain't gonna talk about that. Not at all. Like.
That's a scary motherfucker, by the way. Someone that just glosses over there, like, yeah, I choke bitches out. And anyways, last Tuesday I was eating.
And it's even scarier because like when they're like when they're Reese Cotton's height, it's scary, man. That scares me, bro. Like her center of gravity is a lot lower than mine. She could fuck me up real quickly. I ain't fucking with Reese. She just said MMA. I wasn't planning on fucking with you before, but I double ain't fucking with you now. Like I ain't like. You cool, we cool, but like I ain't.
Yeah, you want to fight some people for us?
yeah, Reese. I need some bitches choked out, please.
And that's where I put a lot of my energy around those years, was like MMA and stuff like that. I was more of very outgoing, but very much like introverted when it came to other things.
Did you feel like the discipline that you got from martial arts, did that play into relationships for you at all, or did that affect how you approach relationships?
I'm not sure. That's a great question. To the point where I feel like I have to sit and think about that one. I don't know if I could do it justice answering it that off the cuff. But I mean, I think overall martial arts has played a big role in my life. I think from the time I was younger, I was doing Taekwondo, and my instructor, he basically told me, I'm teaching you how to fight so you don't. I was like, wait, what? But,
but I want to choke this out.
You're right. So, knowing that or kind of still just having that, I still remember that moment real vividly where I was like, I don't understand. I want to learn how to fight. Because I was getting beat up in school, and I was like, and I did get my bully back, so I got my revenge. Just FYI. Yeah, I did. I got my revenge, but and then I think my bully took martial arts and then beat my ass.
You scored.
It was like who can out martial art the other when
At least it's making you stronger.
Yeah, but I think as I've gotten older, just carrying that in general has made a huge impact, because it's just like just because I didn't doesn't mean I can't, and I know I've had to take that into comedy. I wouldn't say so much relationships, because if things even get to that level, you just gotta, like, you should be walking away or like running or driving, you know what I mean? Like if things get to like a real toxic level, you gotta like just take a back seat. And maybe the confidence of a martial artist, or just that confidence in general, I think a lot of people, I don't know. Like I said, I probably need more time to think about it, but yeah, at this point I'm just trying. I'm pulling at straws, but I hadn't really thought about it. But just going back to what I was saying earlier, yeah, I think just in general, knowing that I can do something and not doing it has helped me in every facet of life. So I'm sure somewhere in there, having that confidence that comes with that has played into how I interact with people, even in a relationship setting. But I just I can't pinpoint it with confidence at the moment, ironically.
Wow. I mean, already that means her Taekwondo class was better than mine. I mean, I only went for 2 days, but she got taught that shit in the first day. I went to 2 classes. What the fuck? Like,
missing out over here.
Yo, I didn't get any of that shit, man.
I did do karate one time.
But
like one day?
No, like for like a whatever class weeks, whatever, when I was a little kid, where you break the wood and.
I would have.
I did MMA classes with my two of my best friends and all through high school. And the problem was that our friend Todd had been doing it 6 years before us. So he really would just beat the shit out of us, and like and it was funny. I mean, we'd be like sparring and stuff. But I'll never forget like the one time my dad was in town visiting and he came to watch, and my buddy Todd just like clinched me up real close, and he just whispered in my ear, he's like, "I'm gonna embarrass you in front of your father." and I just start giggling. I'm like, and then he just slammed me on the ground and just fucking mounted me and beat. And I can't stop laughing because it's too fucking funny. So I'm just like, ow.
Because
ow,
yes,
like,
he the
banging my
fuck
head off
is.
the ground. It's just like, how do you fight back with dude? If someone says that, it's like, I'm done. You win.
I mean, it's like, yeah, you're gonna fuck me up. I mean, to that, my biggest thing, I didn't do the martial arts. I really wanted to, but my father was against it, so I played basketball. And yeah, there were people that started off
shouldering bitches
about 2-3 years before me, and they were whooping my ass.
Yeah. Fuck, why are you so good?
And then I hit a growth spurt.
The equalizer.
Basketball cheat code 101. Growth spurts, motherfucker.
Well, why was your dad against it?
He didn't want. And this is odd because his father was a wrestler and a native wrestler in Africa, but like he just thought there was a better use of a man's mind. Simply put.
Do you think he had like a ill perception of like what martial arts was or something, and it maybe like he thought it would like incite violence in you as opposed to discipline?
Oh, I'm sure. I mean, you come out of Africa with all your connotations, or connotations is a good word, about life and how things seem to be. And martial artists, what do? They fight, right? Nobody teaches you that it's for protection. They don't have that kind of awareness to it. Like, I have an uncle that just got here from Nigeria like about 1.5 years ago, and he just learned what a Hispanic was.
Are you serious?
Yeah, there are no Hispanics running around Africa. Like,
I mean, that's a fair point.
Yeah. Wow.
He's like,
Some
what is all this Spanish? I was like, they're a race of people. I was like, honestly, you kind of do have them back home. They're just mixes of white and black people. And he was like, yeah, but it's different. I was like, yes, you're right. You're right. Quite funny. It's awesome. I mean, I got to watch people come from Africa and discover snow for the first time.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
Oh
That's
man,
cool.
that's what? Yo, their eyes, they're so bugged out. Like,
What is this?
Yo, they go out their feet first. You know what I'm saying? No boots, no nothing. They're like, oh my God, it's cold. And then they're like, this is interesting. They're jumping around for like 2 minutes and they're like, wow, it's really cold.
That's amazing.
It's hilarious.
What a beautiful scene.
Oh, it's absolutely.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, I've been witnessing
That's
some
so
beautiful
cool.
moments. Like, and like watching people, like these aren't like children going through it. It's like my cousin of like, we're the same age. Like, so like the first time he saw snow was like 13 or some shit like that. And like watching him come to terms with something that I've known my entire life was just fascinating.
Yeah.
It was wow. People
It
like
just keeps getting funnier.
yeah, because I mean,
You
it
know what
teaches you something. Because perspective is built, and it has to be built from very different angles. You know what I'm saying? Because just watching someone experience something that I've known my entire life should re-educate me on the way that I think other people view what I do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because they don't have these instances that I'm having to, you know,
Reference.
you know what
Yeah,
I'm
they
saying?
can
Yeah.
only draw from their own reference, and everyone has a different
Exactly.
reference. So then it's like trying to string together everyone's reference to see something under the same reference point.
You know what
It's
it's
not
kind
a
of
lot.
like? You know what it's kind of like? When people don't use the King's mentality and then they come on this podcast and we talk about our 3 principles and then they leave. And then a couple weeks or months later, they're like, I was thinking about what you were saying. And you're like, I know, because people before you have done the same.
Yup.
And that's why we can
Because
say this.
This is field tested.
Yeah.
Everyone in this room is a hoe. That is part of the prerequisite to get on this podcast.
Reese is a post hoe. She passed her hoe phase.
Okay.
She hung up the hoe jacket.
You could be
Yeah.
a little or big hoe. We don't care.
I am curious. I am curious to know if going back to like the social intelligence thing as one of the principles, if any of you, and it doesn't have to like be relationship specific, but if any of you have ever been in that position where like you're just not ready or in a position or in a place of willingness to like receive or take in knowledge for whatever reason. I don't know if that just sounds crazy.
No.
Like
No.
who wouldn't want to know more?
I'm stubborn
But
as
I was
fuck.
just curious.
So
Yeah.
so you just mean like, is there times that we're like especially stubborn or have been stubborn in the past in terms of trying to receive new information?
Always, still am.
Yeah. Yeah, something like that. But I wouldn't so much see. But I feel like stubborn just kind of like it's just too of a throwaway word.
There's like a difference
It's almost
between
like
not wanting to like.
I think I
retain
felt like in that
knowledge.
situation is like I know this is good stuff and I know I want this information, but I know I'm not in a place in life to really like do anything with it constructive other than
I mean, I haven't been aware of that.
just
in
be
the moment.
frustrated that I can't. You know what I mean?
I haven't been aware of that in the moment. I have been aware of that after the fact. That maybe
Oh,
I've been neglectful to the information that's been provided.
Yeah, like I was trying to think. I feel like the closest thing I could come up with is maybe like when you're dating someone and like your friends or one of your friends is like, this is a bad idea, and you don't listen, and then afterwards you're like, you were right. But like, I don't know. That's like the closest I could think of.
This is kind of a far, maybe a bit of a reach, but it's kind of like I went to real estate school, and then I passed one of my tests, and I needed to take the second one.
Yep.
And it took too long, and then I just didn't utilize it, and then I just didn't take it, and now it's too late. But, like, at the time, I was willing to take in the information, but then I didn't end up doing anything with it, and now I can go back and, like...
Hold on, why didn't you just take it at the same time? Like
because I failed one, and then I had to take it again.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was like, why'd you waste your own time?
I
taking
know.
it twice. Like, what the
I
fuck?
know. I know.
You know they like wasting time.
Yo, I was like, you like reading that fucking much? Like,
No,
what the
I
fuck?
don't. It was fucking awful. I completely regret that. But now looking back, I'm like, I can still utilize that information.
Yeah.
And if I wanted to take it again, then it would be simple. You
And
know?
you should.
Yeah, I should.
Just saying.
Just to do
As
it for
someone
a
that becomes
different
a
state
broker
now.
this year,
I know.
I mean, I can work in New York.
Yeah, that's cool. That's true.
With a mass license, you can work in a lot of states. So,
There you go. Skirt,
Bottom.
skirt.
you know?
Anyways, that was my reach of an example, but
And that's me bragging that I'm almost a broker.
Got him.
Buy houses from me. Anyways, so we got off topic a little there. That
back
was
to
my fault.
relationships.
Yes, let's dive head first back in to the nanny with my sultry voice. But to that question, I would say that you asked. I think most people aren't that aware in the moment of their lack of acknowledgement, if you will. You follow me?
hmm
Yeah.
I can't see your face, but I can hear you. I can hear your voice.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I
Anya
see you
gets
now.
in the way a little bit.
My bad.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
it's,
we
it's
go
hard to be
ahead.
present in the moment and like be able to take a step back and separate yourself. I feel like guys deal. I mean, I know especially as me. Like, you probably feel the same. Like, deal with that a lot with women when you're dating them and stuff. Is like you have to be able to like resist that initial gut like emotion to be able to like let the logic reign through.
Yeah. And I failed on that a few times.
Yeah.
Quite a few times as well. You got to be willing to admit that. But yeah, I mean, that I can see you being lost in a fog of emotion in the moment that you can't exactly, let's say, completely deduce or dissect or digest or intake or swallow or ingest or the information. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah. Especially, dude, the more and more you're around them, like, and they start picking up on stuff. That's why it's so important when like Dante's words always of like you got to be consistently inconsistent. Like, dude, this one over here, Jesus Christ, dude, I'm creating a monster.
Dude, I already did. It's and you're gonna pay for it at some point. It's gonna be wonderful and terrible at the same time. You're gonna pay for it bad.
Like now it's like I literally have to be better than my emotion, right? Which was already a given. All right, you gotta be better than that. Then I've got to have my logic be superior and outshine her emotion. But now on top of that, she has my logic now, so I've got to be better than my logic. I got to be better than my own logic and all of that now. So it's fucking a multi-layered battle.
And then not get annoyed by all that fucking rhetoric.
yeah.
Oh, and he does.
Yeah. That's just another like no like bro.
And the worst. Oh, you want to know the worst is a day later when she comes and she's like, you're right. I'm sorry. And I'm like, oh.
No, that's not the worst. That's not the worst. You know what the worst is? When she proves you wrong.
It's happened like once.
It's gonna happen more often.
Once.
Yeah.
It's gonna start happening more and more often, and bro, you're just gonna be like, fuck.
Definitely more than once.
I gotta step my pussy up.
You're gonna be like, fuck
Definitely
me.
more.
Fuck me. No, because like if you care, you're gonna teach them shit, and then like they're studious fucks. Yeah. Women are studious fucks, man.
It's why it's like consistently inconsistent.
Dude, man, they can study a motherfucker.
Out here playing these games, thinking I'm not gonna win.
Like that. That's why Reese is always sitting back. She's studying motherfuckers.
Like Reese, do you feel like you've dealt with that in terms of your dealings with women? Like, do you find there's a certain like frustration or something you always deal with in terms of getting them or dating them?
The answer is yes. I'm just trying to
If you said no, I would have challenged that. Liar!
No. The answer is definitely yes. I'm just trying to think of, can I find, is there like a consistent pattern I could like just put a stamp to? Yeah, I think
women are goofy.
just a little more consistency, I guess. What was that?
Women are goofy.
Oh.
It's not bad.
No, I don't mind
goofy.
that. You could be silly, and goofy. No, I mean,
like inherently that makes you less direct. You know what I mean?
It makes y'all a lot of things.
I don't know, right?
Yeah. Like she's so comfortable now just asking me why about everything, dude. Everything. And
it's so not even on purpose.
Oh my god, dude!
So
and it's like you can't get mad because it's
so
unconscious, but it's like for her one, like it's like.
No, I realize that
there's like
the
3
thing
levels
I'm
you have to battle
asking
to her
about
one
is actually
unconscious.
so not even a big deal.
Yeah, but still,
it's just so not even a big deal. And then later I'm like, what was I even?
He gave you a little scrap. What it is that like throughout your relationship, he keeps giving you these scraps of information. Now every time you see a sliver of anything.
It's because like I also like run a lot of shit that we do. So it's like he gets comfortable too, and then he has to check his own self. Yeah. It's true.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I can't get too. If I get too comfortable,
guys, you got to check
you
yourself.
Stay ahead of them.
Bro, that's a fact. That's a fact. I failed on that.
It's a relentless.
There have been times where I'm like, you're doing a bad job at leading.
Oh, dude, and that gets under my fucking skin, and that's
dude.
But like, do you not immediately check yourself?
Yeah, of course. I take a step back. And
but like,
go,
I don't say that willy nilly. You can't just fucking say that.
I validate if that's true, and if it is, I correct the course pretty quickly.
Mm-hmm. It's true.
Wise words from a very long-haired man.
Reese, so we kind of touched on this at the beginning, but like, do you feel like in past relationships, I guess you were the one, do you feel like you were the one leading, or maybe the one like felt to being like you didn't, I don't know, felt to being led? I don't know how to like word that, but at what position do you feel like you were in the relationship, and do you think that was the position you wanted to be in?
In the intellectual relationship, the one I mentioned before, I felt like she was the one leading because I just had so much respect for her.
Okay.
I had so much respect for where she was like intellectually and you know,
I paid the bill. A good leader because of that.
Yeah, I think so. I think just, you know, if like more knowledge and the skill set to be able to use that knowledge to make the best decisions possible for the relationship or for the project or whatever it is at hand. I mean, I definitely can respect that. So in that case, you know, I was more just paying the bills and she was pretty much leading the relationship. And I think that is more or less, with the exception of maybe like a sprinkle, that has more or less been the type of women that I've been attracted to is like very strong-minded, very intellectually sound.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean like when we say like follow, that doesn't mean that a woman isn't smart because like they're quote unquote following. It's more of like, what do you feel like you are the one that likes to lead the relationship, or do you feel like it on
See,
the
I
you're
think-
seeking some like another partner
I think
out
what
for
she's
that?
saying is that she typically goes for women that she finds to be, or she feels that are intellectually superior,
Mm-hmm.
and that tends to be the type of woman she goes for. So
Got
in that
it.
sense, she ends up being led.
Okay.
But that's kind of her type. So I
Got
would say
it.
she kind of either is used to either likes being in that position, is used to it, or one of the something of the sort.
I got you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it usually turns out that way. So I am drawn to that. So and then in other areas, I guess I lead the relationship. I'm sorry, my computer's doing something weird. Give me 1 second. Okay, there we go. Yeah, and in other areas, like in that instance, I happen to lead the relationship financially. Like I made the best financial decisions because I handled the money. But yeah, I mean, overall, I think it all depends on like where you're hungriest. Like, so if money is like the clear cut thing, then whoever controls the wallet or wears the pants or whatever, however you want to put it, perhaps they're the leader. But if it's more of a spiritual connection that you're hungry for, then the person that has the most sound spirituality probably is the leader. I think it's all like really relative. But a good team works together. So where the other person's shortcomings might be your strong suits, and then vice versa. And you kind of just roll with that yin yang. And if you can do that, then I think that makes for a pretty, not just a good relationship, but an interesting one. Because otherwise, you know each other's plays, and you get kind of tired of each other because you already know what it is. But when you allow each other to be strong when you're weak, and vice versa, then you can kind of grow together. But yeah, so I guess I on the intellectual front, I like to be led, but I don't mind, or at least in the past, I have been led, and now it's more or less I'm kind of in a space where, like I said, I'm just kind of just doing more listening, more falling back, because what I've found is when I when I have gone gung ho for like, oh man, that salesmanship type thing to land the lady that I thought I wanted, and then I find out it's not really what I thought it was. Yeah, that's pretty disappointing. So now it's just like, let me just sit back and make sure this is really what it is before I invest too much of myself into this. That's kind of where I'm at right now at this particular time in my life.
I can agree with that. What I just want to say to you is don't stay on the sidelines so long you forget how to play the game. Because
Very true.
Yeah,
Very true.
that's all we saying to you. I mean, if you need time to reflect, take that time to reflect. But like human interaction, when you stop interacting with people on a certain level, you lose the ability to do so, or it becomes uncomfortable again.
Yeah.
So I mean, even if it's just for the sake of like just talking to somebody every once in a while, nothing getting any far or anywhere, but like just keeping up interaction between people, because
I've been in those positions before, like when I'm single or whatever, that there comes a time where you're like so busy and you just like don't care to like interact with whoever, you're focusing on other shit, and then you start talking to someone and you're like, forget how to talk to a human. I don't know.
Yep.
And like, what is happening? Where are my manners or lack thereof?
Yep.
Like, I don't know.
Do
Yeah.
I smell? Like,
Yeah.
some of the social intelligence goes right out the window. You start to lapse on stuff. So
yeah,
that's
or you
all.
get it with guys that are already in relationships, so they like, they'll get rid of like all the women in their life or stop talking to women, and then it's like, then they're fucked if like 5 years down the line their girl leaves them, and then they have no contacts, they have no ability to talk to women. It's like, not to mention as a guy, like part of what makes you attractive is your ability to get women.
Yeah, because
So
you have to understand
if you
them.
stop talking to women, part of your attraction leaves
Goes
you.
away.
I agree.
Mm.
100%. You're not how the fuck, like, our brains aren't wired exactly the
You
same.
don't
so
want to feel like, oh, ew, nobody wants you, like blah blah blah.
And
except
conversely,
for me.
if guys don't want to fuck her, like I don't want a girl that guys don't want to fuck. Like what?
Because he probably doesn't want to either.
You know what an ego boost? You know what an ego boost it was for two of my fucking friends who I've known a long time. The first time
No,
they
three
met,
of them.
three of them met this bitch, and then fucking like if she leaves the room and they're like, dude, what the fuck? Your girlfriend is so fucking hot. And I'm like, wow, they've never said this to me before. I was like, they must be onto something. And I'm just like, all right.
Or they notice you're onto something.
I will walk down the sidewalk sometimes. I'll just lag behind like 10, 20 feet just to see people's reactions when she walks by, and I'm like, okay, yeah, nice.
Yes, take that look. Drink it in. Drink it in.
It's dumb.
No, it's fun.
No, that's great. That's what we need. That's how guys work.
Yeah.
Yes, oh yeah.
I see that ass. Do you see that ass? Yeah, we see that ass.
Fucking right.
Yeah.
Oh man, getting deep with Miss Reese.
Right?
Yeah, I don't want to give you the wrong impression that I'm not talking to women. But as far as like matters of the heart go, I'm just not allowing myself to get that.
There you go. Yeah, just focus the guns.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm definitely talking to females, but I'm not out there like looking for anything too serious. But I'm not in that player mode either. So I don't really know what to call this, but it's definitely a place where I'm just more cautious.
You feeling
I'm just very, very cautious. And I'm not trying to get hurt. I'm not looking to hurt. I'm more or less, I just want to know what's in front of me isn't, Hollywood. It's like, it's the real deal. You know what I mean? Because, in this business, you tend to attract a lot of fake.
Right.
Like a lot of fake personalities, and they don't even realize they're being fake, or that you
People
can
just
see
do
through
it to
their
kind of like cover their own ass. People are cordial and don't always expose like who they really are, which is fine. But that's what you get in like this business a lot too, which is unfortunate.
Very true.
Yeah.
Very true.
Like I don't even see how that will ever. I don't think that'll ever change.
No.
Yeah.
People are opportunistic.
Yeah.
That's just the opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, let's. So we've talked about everywhere you went wrong. Are there any relationship where you thought that you did pretty well in, or that you were displaying your some of your best qualities?
Nah. I don't think, unfortunately, I can't pinpoint a relationship where I was like, damn, because I think I always go for broke. I always like, if I really want it and it don't work out, it's like, shit, I really fucking just wasted all that money, time, energy on this situation, and all I can really take from it is a learning experience. I can't, and then in one instance, I didn't go for broke, and she turned out to be amazing. And I was like, shit. So I can't, I'm not going to say that I feel very confident that I've ever made like the right decisions overall in any relationships, because I always had that all or nothing mentality. Either like I'm all in and we get married and we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that, or I'm just not really there and we're just kind of drifting, doing our thing, wasting time, but having a good time, wasting time. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Sorry, I don't mean to be so like down. I'm gonna bring you guys down because you guys are a high energy. Y'all are a high energy crew, very, very funny, and I don't mean to be so.
Yo, you keep talking down to yourself. I'm gonna reach through this
what
computer
it
and grab
is.
you by
I know, right?
by your braids right there. Like, forget about your MMA and shit. Like, you can't fight me through the screen. Don't fight me through the screen. I'm all sweating over here. I'm ready to go. I'm all fired up and shit.
Turn the EC off.
No, and I don't know, and it could also just be where I'm at. I could just be feeling this particular way or bringing off these type of vibes because I had girls get pregnant on me and all types of shit. So I'm just in
you
a
laying that
very
good dick, huh?
cautious place.
Yo, what brand you rocking, yo? Which one is that? See, if you can't laugh about the differences, then what the fuck else is there, yo?
Yeah.
That was a beautiful moment, That was a beautiful moment. Yeah, shit, I got girls getting pregnant on me. I'm like, shit, girl. Yo, I need you got that dick. You know that dick. You got some of that dick. You know what I'm saying? You got no dick. Dick. You know? That two-tone, bro. Like, lay it on one side, blanch. You flip it over, turn it around, blam, hit him again with it.
Wow.
I don't know. She got them skills. I don't.
Yeah. So man, I'm just, it's just, I'm a very interesting place in my life right now, but I'm definitely doing a lot more listening, a lot more observing, because the other woman get pregnant on me.
Yo, you gotta wrap it up. That's it. Go find a condom for your shit. That's all. That's all. You'll be good. You'll be good. I've practiced this method for a while. It hasn't led me wrong just yet. So just strap it up before you tap it up. I'm gonna just teach you that lesson. You know what I mean? Wrap it up before you tap it up. I know the cheeks are tempting. Trust me, I know this. You know what I'm saying? You guys virile in your family. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh man. Christian's gonna be mad at me for that one. A girl can't get a girl pregnant? Ask Reese. I don't know how she doing it.
Our Lord Savior Jesus
Miss
Christ
Cotton.
said.
Oh my God. Reese, you Christian, right?
Yes, Christian. Yes,
There you go.
I don't really like get too deep into that, but
No,
you know what I
I
mean.
just wanted to ask that.
But yeah, I had church earlier today. I was just there.
Since I brought up,
So I ain't gonna front but then I can't get too deep into that right now.
You know, I mean, you got that Holy Ghost power. That's
I'm
apparent.
just afraid like a church is gonna blow up in a ball of flames if I walk in. So
Oh, it definitely will.
I try to,
Reese, don't ever invite
go
me
maybe
to a church.
once a year.
Don't ever invite me to a church. You've heard my comedy. Don't do it. Don't invite me to no church. And if you do, you better tell me ahead of time. Let me find all my good jokes.
Oh my goodness.
You know what I'm saying? All my saintly jokes. You know what I mean? No one with no cuss words. One with no booty eating. Because the Lord ain't for that.
you know what's interesting, but you've been to Slade's, right? I've seen you there several times.
Yep.
Yeah, don't you find it interesting that that there's prayer right after the comedy show? And I'm not saying it's good or bad. I'm just saying interesting, right? I'm gonna be very neutral because Slade's. I like Slade's. I go there a lot.
That is hilarious.
Because I've met very few religious comics to begin with.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, he don't give a fuck if you're Christian or not. He walk into a mosque and still do that shit. Like, he wouldn't give a fuck. That man, truly, Jonathan Gates, like, I've learned a lot from that man. Like, say whatever the fuck you want. Like, truly, that's what that guy does. He don't give no fucks, man. Yo, man, he beat the brakes off life. So I went in there talking about eating ass and shit. They gave me this stale-ass look, and then he shamed them into laughing. Like, the motherfucker he's incredible.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
He's incredible.
Yeah, he's on another level.
Oh my God.
He's on another level.
Yo, he be talking like he ain't limping. He be talking like he don't. I love his energy. He be talking like he ain't got nothing to go. You know what I'm saying?
Have you Irish and Annie? Have you guys heard of Slade's? Been to Slade's?
I haven't been, but I've heard of it.
Yeah, he's talked about it a bunch.
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys gotta check it out. It's the Black Comedy Explosion over there.
Too late for that.
Night.
They're moving to New York by August.
Oh, you're moving.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I thought you guys were just moving to another studio.
Oh no.
We
out ya.
That's what that was. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
See, abrupt, right? Abrupt, right?
Now I see. Oh wow. Okay.
Now
Template will be different, but we'll still be kings.
We're not switching rooms. We're not going upstairs or downstairs. Not going across the city. No. state.
Yeah. So how you guys?
Taking over more territory.
Yes.
Yeah, we're
yes.
expanding.
Yeah.
We're growing.
You're expanding. Now you're gonna be in Boston and New York.
That's
Yup,
right.
Yup.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yo,
Pretty
killing
cool.
the game. How
Very
long we
good.
been running, guys?
About an
55
hour.
minutes.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I think this is a good recess at this point. I think we can
Yeah.
wrap up a little bit.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Reese, I want to thank you for joining us today for the
so
Kingz
much.
Podcast.
Yeah,
Thank you.
For being
Thank you so
open
much
and
for having
honest
me.
with us. I've been yours truly, Karizmatik,
Irish O'Neal.
Honey Moush.
and
Reese Cotton.
there we go. Reese's Pieces.
Thank you guys.
Thank you. Stay on the line if you want.
All right. Sounds good. Sounds good. So you zoomed it and it's on. This is on. I know it's on YouTube.
Yeah, we just put it up. I just put it up on Facebook. But it's on YouTube. Posted on YouTube. But
Bonnie, it's a pleasure meeting you, hon. Good luck with your move if I don't see you before then.
oh, these guys, they move.